Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live at the HCCTV studios this morning. Good to have you with us. Almost to the weekend. We got one more work day, then we've got a weekend. Seems like this week's going on forever. My co-host, Randy Ramsey, of course, she can confirm this as well. And it's the beginning of March, too, Randy. Good to see you.
That's right. We had Leap Day yesterday, so it's been a really quick week for me. I've been super busy, so I don't know.
Maybe it's because we had that extra day. It's leap year, so that messed up everything. I think that's what it was.
Okay, you stick with that, Todd.
I'm going to go with that theme. Yeah, we got an extra day on this year, so there you go. We are almost to the weekend. It's Film Friday. I know you've got a special guest coming up. We'll get to him shortly, but we want to thank everyone watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube this morning. We're here just about every day that HCC is in session, live at 10 a.m. most days, of course. And Randy, they can catch us in social media anytime, rewatch the show, and on our cable channel.
That's right. We're on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV, noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday when we're in session. I'm thinking forward to spring break.
Yeah, well, see, that's another thing, too. We got one more week. It seems like spring break should start next week. That's my theory. But we got one more week, so we'll talk more about that as we move on. Hey, you're going to be talking with this next guest. Dave Cebrero returns to the show, and we're going to be talking about the Houston Latino Film Festival, which begins later this month. Good to see you, Dave. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing about it. I know you and Randy, and you're also on the Swamp board now. Congrats with that.
That's right. Yeah, it's been a full circle. Swamp is a very important institution here in Houston for, up and coming filmmakers and anybody that's interested in getting started. Yeah, so I'm very excited about it.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing more from you shortly on this Film Friday. Randy will be with you in about 10 minutes. But first, we're going to be speaking with a guest who I met yesterday. We were on a panel talking about AI, and I'm talking about Patricia McManus. She's a professor here at HCC of Computer Systems Networking and Artificial Intelligence. Good to see you again, Patricia. Welcome to the show.
The pleasure is all mine.
So we were talking, before we get started into the questions here, but we were talking about some incredible new programs that are out there. One of them, want to mention Sora. Because I saw some of the videos. They're on X. You can look them up. And you were telling me yesterday that this program, this is not available to everyone yet, but you can see some of the things that it's created, though.
Yes, absolutely. So basically, Sora is from OpenAI, the same company that created ChatGPT. And they release some demos of what it can do. It's what we call text to video. So you write a prompt, like the instructions, and it creates a video. The two main things about it, like the mind-blowing aspects of Sora, are first, the realism in how well it does things compared to previous apps. And the other thing, it can do videos up to 60 seconds.
Right.
Whilst most of the other apps go to between 4 and 15 seconds.
And so you can log on, look at it online, but you're not able to, I imagine, purchase a subscription. I imagine that's what they're looking at doing in the future, right?
Yeah. I mean, your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Well, it's still out there, folks. Make sure you check it out if you get a chance. One of the topics in discussion, we were talking about AI, and I was talking more from the creative side, but we were also talking about the educational implications, because it is really a touchy subject right now on how you can work with students in using AI, where they're not relying on it, because you could use it to inspire creativity, or it could start thinking for you, and we become, maybe dumber in the long run. What are your thoughts towards that?
Yeah, exactly. That's it's becoming kind of my catchphrase, because they say you can use AI to become smarter or to become dumber. It's your choice. And let's be honest, cheaters will be cheaters. So if somebody wants to take shortcuts, they will, no matter what. They've been doing that since, forever. but AI can be a great tool, can be a great supporter, a great tutor. There's so many things. And another thing that people don't think, using AI, it's relatively easy, but it's not that easy because you need to prompt. You need to ask AI to produce what you want. And to do that, you need to think carefully how you're going to give those instructions. So there is a huge component of critical thinking when you are prompting. And prompting became so important that now there's a job position called prompting engineering. So it's that thing in AI that a lot of people are concerned about, being replaced with AI,
Right.
but also creating new jobs like prompting engineers.
One of the things too, and I would imagine, if a student is using AI to write their papers, and another student's doing that, they may be looking similar. My daughter had told me the other day, she's like, yeah, somebody told me to go to ChatGPT and have it rewrite my resume. And I said, okay, go ahead and do that. I said, but you better restructure it once it rewrites it, because it's going to start looking like everyone who's going into AI to have them rewrite a resume.
Well, yes and no. There's a couple of things. I mean, with resume in particular, in the past, a lot of people used to pay a lot of money for companies or a third person to create a resume for them. So now you just found a more efficient and quicker way to do it with AI. And again, goes to the prompting. You can make it feel like it's your own thing.
Right.
That's on resume, which is completely different from students writing papers.
We have the first AI degree in the nation. Is that correct? With HCC? I mean, that's incredible.
Yes, HCC, it's pioneer. Actually, it's the first community college in the nation to offer a bachelor's degree in AI. So we have the associate degree, which is started during the pandemic. Is a pandemic child. And now in fall last semester, so 2023, we started the bachelor's. The way things are structured is you enrolled on the associate degree. So you do your first 2 years and end up getting an associate degree. And if you want to pursue, which is highly recommended, your studies, you go to year 3 and 4, and that's the bachelor's, or we call BAT for,
right.
for short.
The response, how popular has that been?
Well, I can give you some numbers. When we started the associate degree in 2023, we have under maybe 20 students. The students enrolled today, we have 325. Wow. And it's growing. And
That's
it's
crazy.
growing.
I would imagine so. I mean, everyone wants to get into this. And in my life, I don't think I've seen something catch fire like AI has over the last year. It's incredible.
Yes. The evolution of it is uncanny. It's mind-blowing how fast it goes. Sometimes I compare with the .com and Google, that a lot of people are like, oh, what are we going to do? But this is a lot faster and even more disruptive.
Wow. And you guys have a AI conference coming up in April. Real briefly, maybe you can tell me a bit about that.
Absolutely. Our conference is something that is mostly organized by our students. And it has 2 days. The first day is focused for the academic world, and the second day is focused on the industry. We have fantastic guest speakers, panels, hands-on, not workshop, but demos and things that they can interact with. That is our third iteration, so we're getting better every year. There's a link where you can go already and register, and it's going to be on April 11th and 12th at oh my God.
It's at West Houston Institute, isn't it?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. In fact, I think I'm going to be there that first day as the MC. So I'll be out there that is that a Thursday and Friday?
Yes,
Yeah,
Thursday
I'll
and
be out there
Friday.
Thursday. So I'll look forward to seeing you then. Patricia McManus, we appreciate you being on the show. We're going to definitely be reaching out to you again. So we want to get back and discuss this more on the shows we produce. We'll have all of your information, including the information on the AI conference that's coming up in April. We'll have all of that in our social media posts after the show. Good seeing you, Patricia.
Thank you. Good seeing you. Bye,
Take
guys.
care. All right, Randy, I'm going to turn things over to you.
Thanks so much. I'm so excited to see the AI conference coming up, and so excited to hear what they have to say, because I'm sure Dave will agree that AI is going to change all of our lives in big and small ways. Welcome back to the show, Dave. But what's going to change your life in a big way right now is your big event is coming up this month, and I'm super looking forward to it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's coming up pretty fast, March 20th. It's going to be the biggest edition of Houston Latino Film Festival. We got over 60 films from all around the world, workshops, some exciting panelists, and live musical performances. So it should be a great time.
I mean, it sounds like a good time. And you are the festival director, but you're also one of the founders, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So
me and two of my friends, we co-founded it. Yeah.
And it's gotten bigger every single year, including, some of the categories and awards. So this year, what have you got? What categories and awards have we got this year?
So we've added the Best Texas Film and Student Award, and that's a cash prize. So the best, we want to focus on nurturing and supporting the young filmmakers. So we decided to allocate all of the award funding towards the student award. So that's our big one for this year.
Well, that's exciting. Have you had a lot of entries?
We did. This year we got over 500 submissions, and our team does such a great job every year going through every single film and narrowing it down to about 50 films that are in competition. So, but the result is that, we get to have a high quality program.
I mean, I know personally from having attended, it's a very high quality program. But if you roll me back to the beginning, to that first year, I mean, it's an audacious undertaking for you and two friends to decide, you know what we need to do? Create a film festival. So how did you guys get started?
It was just our experiences at being at other Latino film festivals around the country. I know for me personally, it had a huge impact when I submitted my own short films and got to attend like the LA Latino Film Festival, New York Latino Film Festival. And it really does open up your eyes as a filmmaker. It encourages you, it pushes you because you're right there with other filmmakers. You get to see films that are better than yours, but you start picking up and learning so many nuances about the filmmaking industry. So, we thought about it when we came back to Houston every single time. It's like, man, we don't have, a competition-based film conference for Latinos about Latinos, and so
well, and the city itself is over 50% Latino.
That's right. Yeah.
So I mean, I can imagine going to New York or LA and being like, why don't we have one? That seems crazy.
Yeah. So it's one of those crazy ideas where we had the right ideas, we had this right passion, energy, and it was like a lightning in a bottle kind of moment where we just kind of went for it.
Well, and I think it's so important that it's gotten bigger and that you've added certain things to it. I know when you do a foundational program, it's always, you always want to build on it and make it bigger and better. But I think the biggest thing that it brings is inclusivity for Latinx filmmakers. So can you talk about the importance of that just across the board?
Sure. I mean, year after year, we get the statistics, of being underrepresented in Hollywood films or just, the big budget films. And so it's so important, to have representation and give these filmmakers a chance to showcase their work, because it's not just like, we're not just showcasing like bad films or mediocre films. These are excellent films, like amazing films, and that don't get played here. I would say about 95% of the films that you see at our festival are either Texas premieres, US premieres, world premieres, Houston premieres, basically films that would not ever get, showcased here in Houston.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, for somebody who hasn't gone before, can you just kind of talk about the experience? Like, what can people expect?
Basically, the way I can sum it up is we try to create an atmosphere that's nurturing. It's a great place to network. I'm happy to say that every year we keep seeing more and more filmmakers come from out of town, from all over the world. I mean, we had guests come down from Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, obviously, Cuba. And it's been so wonderful to see the growth, right? And so for me, just as a spectator, one of the biggest rewards for me is just seeing all these people in the same room, mingling, networking. I've heard stories like, I met this great producer, cinematographer at the Houston Latino Filmmaker, and now we're making films. So, for me, that's like the biggest reward, right? Aside of seeing all the wonderful projects on the big screen.
Yeah, I mean, I know that getting the community together and continuing to build that media infrastructure is so important for all of us in the industry here in Houston. So thank you for doing that, because it's huge. You guys are back at Match this year, right?
That's right, full time. We pretty much are taking over the whole space, all 4 boxes. We're going to have films running all week and workshops, panels. We got some great speakers coming through.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about the workshops and the panels? Because I think those are really invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a color grading workshop with Dan Diaz, a local color grading artist who is an amazing colorist. He does some really high profile projects, music videos, films. So anybody that's, wants to take their footage to the next level, that's the one to attend on Saturday morning. We also have Ligia Villalobos, who is a screenwriter for Nickelodeon. She's, I think, the head writer of Diego, the animated series, and she has also had films in Sundance that she's done. So she brings great perspective about the industry. She's been working in LA for a very long time. So that'll be a good one. It's called How to Write Your First Feature Film. And that won't be on Sunday morning. We also have a great panel coming through on Sunday afternoon with Carlos Estrada. He is a filmmaker he's an Academy Award nominated filmmaker who's directed Raya the Last Dragon for Disney, has done music videos for like Billie Eilish, just an incredible filmmaker. And he's going to bring a lot of insight into the industry as well.
Those sound really good. And we can go online and get tickets.
Yes, Houston Latino Film Festival.org. You can check out the schedule there of all the events, all the films, workshops, panels, and musical performances.
I mean, it sounds like an incredible lineup, like even bigger and badder than ever before. But what about your opening night film? Because that one.
Yes, it's amazing. I got to see it at Sundance earlier this year. It's just a whole immersive experience. You get to experience her life through her own words. The whole film is narrated by her using her diary. You know, she wrote a lot when she was sick during her lifetime, and you get to hear her story directly from her, right? So, and her paintings come alive. They're all animated, and it's just a really beautiful film. So hopefully you guys get to watch it because it's a good one. We'll have the producer of the film, Laura Piloni. She'll be there to discuss, you know, the whole process, the archival work that went into it. It was a huge project.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it, and it's gotten stellar reviews, and people are incredibly impressed. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Dave, for being with us and for producing the Houston Latino Film Festival, which is amazing every single year. And I always only get to like little bits of it. Darn kids. But I'm looking forward to it, and I've already been online checking the schedule to try and see what I can get in there. So look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. It's always a pleasure.
All right, thank you both. We've got a few announcements to go through on this Film Friday. One of them, Acting for Film Workshop. That's coming up Saturdays through March. It's a 4-week course taught by HCC adjunct faculty member Michelle Robinson. It's designed for intermediate and advanced actors to sharpen their skills in the film world. The workshop is devoted to delving deeper into character development, such as what happens to the character before, during, and after the scene. Attendees will also practice observational skills needed in the film acting world, both for character development and to use as they navigate performing in the film world as well. The cost is only $99. It's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays, March the 2nd, 9th, and 23rd at the A-Leaf Hayes Screening Theater. Check our post after the show for more information. And we're also celebrating Women in Science and Medicine, Randy.
That's right. Coleman Student Life is celebrating women in science and medicine thousands of years before anyone used the term glass ceiling. Women were making game-changing contributions to science and medicine despite being barred from these fields. Students can learn about a few of these remarkable women while having fun and winning a few prizes. 11 a.m. Tuesday, March 5th at the Coleman Tower Atrium. Check our post after the show for more info.
Okay, I think we're having some problems with your microphone, Randy. It looks like it was going in and out. Yeah, the level was going down. One thing, Campus Beats 5, masterclass with Barry Coughing. That's HCC's Music, Business, and Mesa will present Campus Beats 5, a Q&A and lecture series featuring Barry Coughing, singer, songwriter, composer, producer, and label owner. The music masterclass will be moderated by Dr. Christopher Cruz Williams. It's Tuesday, March the 5th. The Q&A is noon to 1:30 p.m. The lecture's 2 p.m. at HCC's Spring Branch Performing Arts Center. We'll have some more information on that in our social media post. All right, let's see if your microphone's back.
I don't know, is it back?
We can hear you better. It's just a lot lower right now, but we can hear you better. It was going out altogether earlier.
That is odd. I don't know. I'll have to get a new microphone.
But HCC's Dr. Margaret Ford Fisher has scheduled several one-hour listening sessions. It's her listening tour, talk about HCC priorities, successes, and to provide your feedback. She wants to hear from you. She wants to listen. Please complete the informative survey provided in our post after the show. The first chats are going to be 9 a.m. Tuesday and Wednesday, March 19th and 20th at HCC's Central College, that's on the 19th, and Southwest College on the 20th, and then 1 p.m. Wednesday, March 20th at Coleman College. She's going to be making it all the way across the district. More will be announced in the future. More information is on our post after the show. Let's see. You want to take the next one?
Hi, sure. Eagle Promise, a degree for free. Eligible students have until September 30th to apply to the Eagle Promise program. If grants and scholarships don't cover the cost of a degree or certificate at HCC, Eagle Promise dollars will. This includes tuition, fees, and a book allowance of up to $500 a semester. Check our post after the show. It's always good to complete.
Okay, you still have some time to get some coursework in or get some credit hours in before the semester ends. We have 5 ways to register, 5 ways to learn rather, online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, hybrid lab. All of those are available, but you need to go register today. Go to hccs.edu/apply. Mental Health Monday. Back on Monday, Dr. Sean Fitzpatrick of the Jung Center is going to be here, and we'll have another student success story we'll talk about as well. You got big plans this weekend?
Rugby. It's the spring. Must be rugby.
Yeah.
Saturday, we have both kids have rugby competitions, and one of them is reffing, and we're going to the Sabercats Pro Rugby, but we're in between. We're going to wedge in 4 hours at the rodeo.
Oh, cool. So you've got a jam-packed weekend.
I've got a jam-packed weekend, and that doesn't even include Sunday, which is, just also jam-packed.
Lots going on. Well, have a good weekend, Randy. We'll see you next week, though. And all of you, we'll see you Monday right here live on Up to the Minute.